Really excited about this because this thing can make you money. Okay, you don't always have to rely on other people. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how to become a freelancer. This is a method that you can use to make your own money by offering services to local businesses in your area. So I'm going to take you through step by step and tell you exactly what you need to do. Now, you don't need a degree or any qualifications to do this. I'll show you exactly how to do it. The first thing you want to do is learn a skill. You don't have to be an expert at this. You just have to know more about this field than the small business that you're going to offer it to. In the case of website design, you don't have to make a really complicated website. There are some people that pay upwards of 20,000 Rand for a website. Now, those are not the kind of websites we're making, right? You're doing something very basic, very simple, that just puts the business online. A lot of businesses only have a Facebook page, and you know what, in 2020 I don't think that's good enough, and that's where you come in. So you're able to get them online, and this makes the business look a lot more reputable and customers can easily find them. Social media management, as the youth, we're the generation of social media. It comes so naturally and so easily to us, and some business owners just don't have the time to figure out how to make Instagram work, how to put ads on Instagram. Remember, the main point of this whole thing is to get the business more clients and more customers, and if you can show them that you're going to bring them more customers, more clients, that means more money in the bank. Why, as a business owner, would you not pay someone to do this? You don't want to focus on, oh, I just want you to have a pretty website, or you need to have a really strong value proposition of what it is that they're going to gain. And if you can prove to them and show them that this is going to bring them clients and customers, they'll very easily give you that money. You're going to learn the skill by going online and taking some courses. I would start on YouTube. Now, on YouTube, you can learn almost anything. You can learn how to make a website using Wix, WordPress, Webflow. You can learn all of that right here on YouTube. And there's lots and lots of videos of how to do it. If that's not good enough for you, you could also use Coursera, or you could use Udemy, and you just pick up a course and you do it online, and before you know it, you have a brand new skill that you've learned. I mentioned these specifically because I know for a fact that there's lots of information online, so this is something that's really in your grasp versus spending tens and thousands of rands at a university or college learning a brand new skill that you don't even know if you're going to make money from it. So with this, you're guaranteed that you're learning something, and the point of it is to make money immediately, not 4 years from now. You want to make that money within a few months or a few weeks, depending on how fast you learn. After you've picked up the skill, you've watched these videos and tutorials on YouTube how to do it. You practice, right? Practice makes perfect. You're not going to be insanely good at this when you begin, but the point is that every time you try and you apply the skill, you get better each and every single time, and that's all that matters. So I would just put in a couple of days of practice until you feel comfortable that you wouldn't mind charging someone in order to assist them with this skill. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to offer this skill for free. So you're going to find 1 or 2 businesses in your area. Okay, let's head on over to Google Maps, and we'll start by searching for hair salons in our area to see where the salons are in our area that we can possibly offer this service to. As you can see here, there's quite a few. And you're going to go to them and you're going to say, listen, I've got this new business. You're going to say whatever it is that you're doing, and I want to offer it to you for free. Why would they say no? No, they would not say no. They would definitely allow you to do it. You want to make sure you specialize and you choose a niche. Let me give you an example. If I'm a hair salon owner, right, and there's 2 website designers, one of them does websites for anybody and everybody. The other person only makes websites for hair salons. Obviously, I'm going to be drawn to the one that only makes websites for hair salons. So that's why you want to make sure you specialize, and that's how you can make sure that you set yourself apart from the crowd and you do something a little different. And in that way, they gain a new website, and you have practiced your skill now on a real client, because sometimes when you're just building something on your own, you don't necessarily get the real world feel. So it's very important that you practice this. And I would say that now, because you haven't done this before, you can't really charge someone for the very first time you do it. So the best way to do it is offer it for free to at least 3 clients. I would say 3 is the magic number. Once you've given 3 people the service, you now have a portfolio, and you can now start to charge for your services. Next up, you're going to take all your hard work and you're going to create a portfolio to showcase your work to potential customers. Would you buy from someone whose work you've never seen before? No, you wouldn't. And because we don't have a degree or a qualification in this area, the best way to prove that we can do this is just to show them that we've done it before. We're gonna head on over to canva.com, and here we're gonna type in portfolio presentation. And there's going to be quite a couple of designs that we can choose from, and each of these you will be able to customized to your liking. I like Canva. The designs here are so professional, so lovely. Let's just choose one. You'll see that when you go into it, there's several things you can choose from. So this is an example of her previous work. Here she's saying she designed the book cover. You don't need to tell them that you did this for free for these businesses, right? That's your little secret. That's between you and the business. You're just going to show them, this is what I've done. This was a real customer and a real business, and I did this. You're now going to pitch your service to a business in your area where you stay. So the best thing is you want to go in person to these businesses. You want to look at them face to face and have this conversation. And your next thing you got to do is deliver. You want to make sure you do your very best. You deliver high quality work. And what's very important is you also have really good customer service. One of the things that people in South Africa always complain about is that black businesses don't have very good customer service, and I think this is where you can really shine. Do your business with a lot of integrity, and that's going to ensure that when you're done with this project, they might refer you to other businesses that they know. Sometimes, even if your work is not perfect, but you kept the person updated and you were really friendly, really polite, and had a lot of integrity, and you stuck to your word, there's a very high chance that they will recommend you to somebody else. So I would say in your delivery, make sure that you make customer service your #1 priority. What you want to make sure when you deliver is that you set really realistic time frame. Even if you know that it can take you a day to do it, maybe tell the client that it will take you a week to do it, just so that you're not late. Life happens. If something goes wrong and you're not able to meet the deadline, I would say contact them as soon as possible. One thing I forgot to mention is, what do you do with charging? Do you charge this business upfront, or do you charge them later on? Now, what's recommended is to never just do the work for someone and then when you're done, then only you expect payment. There's so many horror stories of freelancers who do this and the business ends up not paying. So I would say have a between 20 to 50% deposit before you begin the project, or you could do it in phases. So you say I have phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and you'll pay me at the various phases, and you get the chunks of money that way. A lot of the time when a client has parted with money in the beginning, they're more likely to pay the balance in order to get the project. Whereas if they've never paid you a cent and then you're done with the work and maybe they change their mind, now the work is down the drain. What I really love about this model is that you're going out on your own and you're making a job for yourself instead of waiting for someone to give you a job. You're going to learn practical skills that you've applied and you've actually made money from it. Now this is something that you can put on your CV and get a job at a company if that's what you prefer. Look, I have to talk about the downsides to becoming a freelancer in order for this video to be really helpful. Downside to being a freelancer is that it's not a very stable career. It's not something that you're guaranteed a monthly paycheck. It's something that you have to hustle for and you have to find the work. With this, every month is different. Some months you can make a lot of money, some months you can make no money, depending on if your clients struggle to pay you. That's another thing, right? Clients don't always pay. That's why I recommend you collect a little bit of a deposit before you begin the work. So yes, this does have some risk to it. It's not a perfect system, but I don't think there's any system that's perfect. Pros for me are that if you are currently not working and you're sitting at home, you're not making any money anyway, right? So you might as well learn a new skill and add some value to some businesses. The other pro for me is that you don't need a degree to do this. Most businesses don't really care about your qualification. As long as you're able to provide the service, give them what they need, this shouldn't be a problem. You also need to be good with people. This whole thing is based on you finding the business, you keeping a good relationship with the customer, and then delivering. And these again are skills that you can put on your CV once you're done with this. This might not work long term, right? You might not always have the energy to hunt for new customers and new businesses, but this is something that you can use. And then once you become an expert at it, you could perhaps use this to get a job and that will pay you a stable salary. And now you have a brand new career that you didn't even have to go to university for. The other pro is that you could become really good at it. You have lots of clients and you have an unlimited amount of money. With the salary at a job, if there's a definite salary, you don't ever get more than what your salary is. Whereas with this, depending on how hard you work, the hours that you put in, that determines your salary. So that for me is a great perk, that there's no ceiling amount of how much money you can make. I'd really like to make a video going in depth into each of the different steps and like the nitty-gritty of the freelance industry. So if you'd like that, leave a comment, let me know that yes, you want me to go more in detail, more in depth, or ask me specific questions that I didn't cover, and I'd be happy to make another video talking about this. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe so that you can get more videos that are practical and useful in order to help you level up in life.